What's up, guys? All right. Good to go. Now, now we are. Had to move my mic 1 inch to the right. It was just way off. Okay. So right now, I wanted to check out this area because, unless I'm misremembering something, or forgetting something rather, I don't think that these worm faces show up anywhere, anywhere other than Farum Azula. Which is absolutely worth noting. I feel like it really gives this area a sort of... I mean, they're even... I went back and looked recently at some of the worm faces over there. They are dressed differently, but they're holding the exact same, like, stick items, weapon things. I don't really know what to call them. So, I mean, this area's probably got something to do with Farum Azula and the Ancient Dragons. And let's see what they're all crowding around. So this area probably has something to do with Farum Azula and or the Ancient Dragons. Considering this is close-ish to where the routing of the Ancient Dragons happened, that does make some sense. It also doesn't really make any sense because what the hell does this place have to do with Farum Azula and the Ancient Dragons other than these guys? The answer is nothing more or less. So, I mean, there's death here. They are imbued with death. So this area has... oh, jeez. So this area has some kind of connection. I mean, at the very least, they share a connection with, like, death. They are both connected to death. Somehow. The Mirage Tower here is sort of... seems to have something to do with, Godwin's assassination, possibly. There are two spells at the top. One is Unseen Form, and the other one is Unseen Blade. Which, I mean, if you think about it, the Concealing Cloth, more or less, does a kind of Unseen Form effect. Okay, sorry, just trying not to... I'm not 100% sure where I even am. Okay, that is actually kind of where I wanted to be. I'm pretty sure the other sigil is up here disguised as a rock. Yep. Cool. So... I don't remember if there were 2 or 3, but I didn't get like a little thing at the bottom that said, somewhere in the world a thing happened, so I'm gonna guess that there's another one.
I can smell you.
What's up, last protagonist? Okay. So yeah, I guess maybe there are 3 sigils? I don't remember. Yep. Phantom Crests. Am I still being chased? The last one is... oh. I did it! Wow, 11 months. That is awesome. I totally missed that you said that at first. That is crazy. Almost a year. Not to state the obvious. Oh, by the way, Last Protagonist, something that I thought about kind of recently. Something that could support the idea that Rhea Lucaria was possibly a tree. If it's a tree that was like the Erd tree, and, you know, especially it has some connection to the stars like the Erd tree, I would imagine that a falling star, well, it leaves a crater. And Crater Lake is a thing. And I mean, you could almost see how this is like, if it came in from like an angle, almost too, how it would be like it came from here and kind of like the force like spread out or something, or I don't know. I'm not like a meteorologist, haha. But there is a very good case for, for the idea that a meteorite landed here. I think. Whether it created a tree or not is hard to say, but history has told us that it can make trees, so shrug. Yeah. I mean, it's full of glintstone, so I imagine... I don't know what the result was, but I think a big-ass meteorite fell there. Okay, so where am I going? Oh, I wanted to look around this area just a little bit more. Unseen blade, unseen form, and is this just a memory? It's not a slumbering egg. Which kind of has connections to... I mean, I guess mostly Nicola, but also Godwin, in a way, because he's asleep. I mean, this all feels like it has a lot more to do with Godwin, though, is kind of my, my point. I don't know what the hell this little area is, but let's go check out some of these ruins again real quick. I can't shake the idea that it's got something to do with Far Missoula. Oh, Last Protagonist, thank God. Do you know if, I think I'm forgetting, is there somewhere else where there are worm faces? Or is it just here, other than Far Missoula? Because as far as I could remember, it was just this place. Brute Resin? Yeah. Those for health or for good? No. Oh, that's right, because it's the minor Erd tree. Gotcha. Okay, so... Jellyfish. It's almost like they're... Are they, like, guiding me over here? Have I already done this? Yeah. That's interesting. So I guess just trying to see if there's anything about these ruins that would be, I don't know, have some kind of visual similarity or other kind of connection to woodfolk ruins. That is interesting. It just kind of looks like a place. But what the hell's... Where does this go? Does this thing take me somewhere? Oh, I think it's already revealed its secrets. Just here in Far Missoula? Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. So, I mean, No, the fact that this place is also sort of a crater, like maybe, I don't know, I really don't know what the deal is, but I feel like this place could have some connection to Farm Azula. I mean, whatever the hell these things are. It's almost like, you know, I feel like it's possible that Farm Azula was here and then, like, it, you know, got hit by a meteorite and something, or started floating up into the air, but that doesn't really make sense because Farm Azula is, like, all the way over there to the east. I didn't know you could just, like, walk out, also. I kind of thought that it was a little bit more... I know there's a road and everything. Oh, and you can't just walk out. You have to go through this village first. So it's almost like... I wonder if these, like, dancers kind of act like a... like a sort of defense against the worms. What the hell? Are you just calling that one other... oh. I see. Lots of others. Enough of you. Okay. Anyway. Where was I? Oh right, so yeah, these ladies, I guess I should say, might act as sort of like a... I mean, they have like this whole like barricade set up, so... I don't know, they don't necessarily seem like warriors. I mean, you know, I guess they kind of are. They literally fight us, but like... well, they do have like, you know, special weapons and everything made, like they have ceremonial weapons. Do I have any of them? Any of them their weapons? Celebrants... anything? Nope. It's alright. Pretty sure there's a place I can find one of those items guaranteed, at least. And there is also, you know, the sort of weird similarities I've mentioned between, like, you know, the fact that they are dancing and their special... the special people in their rituals wear blue. And there's, like, the blue dancer who's, like, known as being a really good swordsman. And Millicent went through here, so it's not like this place doesn't have any, like, ties to... any possible ties to Melania. Pretty sure this guy's just like, don't take my skin. I wasn't done with it. Hide is filthy, I swear. Yeah, I mean, that seems to imply that they're looking for quote-unquote clean or pure or skins. So, I don't know. I'm almost of the impression that, like... Well, wait, hold on. Are these some of those weird things that have, like... some of those weird people that have, like, long necks and stuff, or do they... Can't tell. They kind of look normal to me. I don't know, it's like, part of me wonders if, like, everyone, when they're given grace, is made, like, at least a teeny tiny part of like, a god, or, like, a, you know, a demigod, or whatever. So I'm almost wondering if they're, like, gathering skin, pure skin, quote-unquote, together from people that have more... I don't know, it just feels... just kind of guessing. But yeah, let's go down to, right, I have to kind of go around the long way here. to get over to the Golden Ram area and stuff. Jesus Christ. Okay, pretty good shot. As long as I keep moving around, they shouldn't be able to hit me. Serpentine. I guess I only really need to, like, move in a different trajectory if I hear them fire, because it takes, like, a full 5 seconds for it to reach me. Okay, so this is the, like, I don't remember, I want to say dirty church or dirty abandoned temple. Oh, don't remember. The hell is, what's your name, son? Do you have a name? Is the place named? No? That's interesting. Ah. Holy Christ. That scared the absolute shit out of me. Oh my god. You know, I kind of had a feeling he was like one of those things, but I let my guard down because it didn't look... I thought that something happened sooner. You're gonna drop a larval tier, right? Yeah. Okay. So... I guess that means something I've never really, like, I guess thought much about. There are silver tiers on the surface. Hiding among us. But, like, for real, though, there seem to be, like, actual just sort of silver tiers disguised as people doing whatever, all over the place. I mean, there's even one in the consecrated snowfield, and why? Like, none of them seem to be doing anything particularly important either. That one was cowering in a corner in some random unnamed church. One of them is just walking around with some other dudes in the consecrated snowfield. And they're usually disguised as just, like, commoners, I think, at first. Then they change after they are quote-unquote killed, which is also kind of different for a silver tier, but I guess, you know, that could just be video gamey magicness. Wow. I was like, well, it's probably not going to hit all 3. It hit 0. Okay. So, try to avoid the lightning strikes here, but also grab some of these because they're dope. I might have said this before. So there are these golden rams here. They are the ones specifically that can use that lightning roll move. I am pretty sure that relates to the Dragon Bolt blessing. Do I have it? Nope. I need to give Turtle Man all my books so that he can teach me stuff. Actually, I might just go do that now. Let's go see Turtle Man. Turtle Pope. How dare I? Pope Turtle the First. Right. Forgot he did that. Christ almighty. Why am I doing so well against him? Why? What? How? Okay. Eh? Okay. That went very well. Well, beans. Meet peddler's bell bearing. Yeah, I walked in here and I was like, there's no turtle pope. I'm in danger. You know that shit is bad when even the turtle hides. It's like he's got a shell and everything. I think he would just kind of... whatever. Wakey wakey.
Greetings.
Oh.
Do you need anything?
Yes. Joe Celeste? Oh, yeah.
Do you possess any celestial dew?
Yes.
Then I would like to share my knowledge with you. Concerning the miracle of this Church of Vows, Radagon once cleansed himself with celestial dew, repented his territorial aggressions, and swore his love to Renala. The Order of the Erdtree and the fate of the moon were conjoined, and all the wounds of war forgiven. This miracle blesses the Church to this day, and so you need only follow Radagon's example to restore any bond, however strained or severed, to its rightful state of harmony.
Alright. Let's give him...
What have we here?
Oh!
Very well, let us both learn together. Heresy is not native to the world. It is but a contrivance. All things can be conjoined. Oh, what have we? Very well, let heresy is all thing. Oh, what? Very well, heresy all things.
Thank you. Let's start with that stuff. Now the goodies. Didn't have Dragon Bolt Blessing, but I didn't have any Colt, Dragon Colt stuff, so that makes sense.
Oh, what? Very well, heresy all things can.
Oh, he has more... Something interesting about Magic Glintblade is that it is, and it's kind of implied to be the oldest Karian sorcery. Like it says an old Karian sorcery, and it's like the prototype of the Sword Phalanx sorceries and stuff. It is super duper similar to Ambush Shard. Both, I mean, like even in like the way that they actually their icons look, but also how they work. Just very similar in certain ways. So that is one of the things that has made me believe that Karian sorcery, in addition to all of the sort of similarities to their crests and stuff, and the connections that Renala has to like the Nox and stuff like that, I think that Karian sorcery was created by sort of modifying Knight sorceries, maybe. Something like that. Wasn't there like a book of Dragon Bolt stuff that I could get from... There's a guy around here. Oh, but I did get... yeah, like Honed Bolt and stuff, so maybe that's what that was. Okay. Onward. Let's go fight... Let's see if we can fight Morgott. I hope that doesn't progress anything too much. We'll be fine. Right. Let's do it. Well, now let's do it. Cool. Yeah, I just had to wait for Melina. It's like, can you just, like, transcend worlds faster, please? Or transverse worlds, whatever.
Graceless, tarnished. What is thy business with these thrones? Ah, Godric the Golden. The twin prodigies, Mikola and Melania.
Rippers.
General Radahn.
They have, like,
Praetor
extra big
Rykard.
chairs, not even built the same way, and then Ronnie's is all normal.
Luna Princess Rani. Willful traitors, all. Thy kind are all of a piece. Pillagers, emboldened by the flame of ambition. Have it writ upon thy meager grave.
God, this man knows how to monologue.
Felled by King Morgoth, last of all kings.
Okay. Jeez. Let's just take a quick look at him, actually, and probably what Melina's doing in a second. Okay. So, yeah, there's the multicolored blood sword, which sort of goes with, like, the whole thing about, Omen blood being multicolored, or vibrantly colored, as described in the Omen... whatever, the ones that are used by the Omen hunters. Whatever the hell they're called. Can't words right now. Yikes. Yeah. Alright. You can jump a little bit higher, so might have had the advantage there. No. Ooh, okay. Yes. Gotta back up here. That is awesome. Makes me think about how the Erd Tree probably used to be. All blended together? Right, yeah. Morgoth is certainly... He appears to be kind of like all life blended together. Especially because various
shall not be
Omen in the
forgiven.
game combined have pretty much all of the aspects of the Crucible. You know, Vogue has wings, he has the tail, they both breath. Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. Last of all kings indeed. Alright, let's talk to Mr. Husk.
Tarnished.
Like the beard.
Not but a fool. The Erd Tree wards off all who deign approach. We are all forsaken.
You know, sometimes I almost wonder if, like, the Golden Lineage is, like, unable to or extremely resistant to dying in body. I mean, I guess, like, in spirit as well, but it just feels like every member of the Golden Lineage but Moog sticks around after they die.
None may claim the title of Elden Lord.
Also, Moog's super weird, so I don't even know if he
Thy
counts.
deeds shall be met with failure,
Dude's a freak.
just as I.
F. Anyway. I paid my respects. Alright, then we have this thorn barrier thing that appears to have the sigil of Radagon on it. These penetrable thorns refuse all. And then Melina calls it a husk of the Erd Tree. The part that's the thorns, I guess.
Hello again, old friend. Allow me a moment to converse with you. You were unable to enter the Erd Tree, no? Prevented by the mantle of barbs. The thorns are impenetrable, a husk of the Erd Tree's being that spurns all that exists without. The only way to stand before the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord is to pass the thorns.
The Two Fingers had
My
to know that.
purpose serves to aid in that very act. So I'd like you to undertake a new journey
I think they knew that.
with me to the Flame of Ruin, far above the clouds, upon the snowy mountain tops of the giants. Then I can set the Erd Tree aflame and guide you down the path to becoming Elden Lord. Shall I turn you? Let my hand rest upon you. For but a moment, share them with me.
Okay,
Your thoughts, your ambitions,
a little bit more
the
stamina.
principles you would follow.
And maybe some more Unga. I'll get some more strength. I need dexterity for if I really want to use that. Oh, talk to Melina. Hope. Whatever. Pretty sure she was just gonna repeat herself. This area is awesome, and weird. There aren't a whole lot of other areas in the game that actually look like this. I mean, not that there should be, but I don't know. I guess it's just interesting because it's unique. What I'm trying to say. I haven't looked around at this place a ton for some reason. It just feels like there's a lot to take in. Wait a second, like I never noticed... Okay, never mind, it looked a little bit different as I was running past it. Oh right, so I guess I never finished what I was going to say about the Rams. Let's hear this first.
Spoken echoes of Queen Marika linger here as well. Shall I share them with you? In Marika's own words, O Radigan, leal hound of the Golden Order, thou art yet to become me. Thou art yet to become a god. Let us be shattered, both. Mine other self.
Is that really her bed? What in the God Emperor's gut? Could she just like change size, or like what's the deal with that? 'Cause it's like the God Emperor is apparently like, you know, a very tall human, 9 foot tall or whatever, but then he's on a golden throne that's like the size of a mountain or whatever. Currently. So they just be whatever size they want. She do be mischievous. Marika do be mischievous though, you're right. Where am I going? What am I doing? I want to find some Dragon Cult incantations. And also, quote unquote, discover who Radagon is. I think I have... Do I have the stats to use it? If I had it? No, and no. I don't have Law of Regression. I guess... Let's go to Rykard. Well... No, yeah, I want to look around for some dragon incantations. Dragon Cult incantations. Oh yeah, so something I guess that I've sort of considered when it comes to like craters or whatever is that this is directly like, you know, Mohg's palace is directly underneath this area. I'm sure that this area, like the actual landscape, was destroyed in the battle of, you know, between Melania and Radahn or whatever, but the fact that this is all in like a crater, I think, might have happened because this is where a meteorite landed. There could be possibly 3 meteorites, like one here, and one here, maybe. Possibly the Halig tree too, like a 4th one, maybe? I don't know, but like, that's what it looks like so far. Because also, those places have what appears to be a crater around them, is like another sort of potential craters. They're surrounded by areas that could be, you know, sort of geographical features that could have been craters. Holy grease, Batman. Oh, and that is how I get Golden Fortification. I guess I probably gotta deal with this 80 first. Gonna jump. Cool, cool. See you then, or see you after. Yeah. Golden Fortification, good to know. I was talking about that on the stream the other night. Yeah, because I remember it was, or maybe it was Golden Barrier. I think it was the one that's used in the war against Liurnia. It's like the anti-magic one. Damn. Okay. Wait. Deal here. They're like, awesome. Barrier of Gold. Okay. Yeah, so it's the one... Oh, blah, blah. This incantation was used by the champions of the Erd Tree in the First and Second Liurnian Wars, during which the red-haired Radagon joined the heroes' ranks. Yeah. As you know, they seem to have an incantation for pretty much every war they've been in. Except for the war against the Giants, because they used a Fire Monk incantation to protect themselves, apparently. Yeah. Ooh, almost overshot that. Alright, let's see if we can get through here without causing international incident or whatever. Whoops. Do not blow your stupid horn, kid. We good? Good? Cool. Where is it? Pretty sure it's not going to be super useful for me because I think it mostly scales with dexterity. Like the bolt of Grand Sax. Why am I having all this trouble finding it? It's a big spear, I think. Colossal spear. Oh, just a spear. Great ancient dragon Grand Sax once rained calamity upon the royal capital, the only time in historical record that Lindell's walls have fallen. This marked the dawn of the war against the ancient dragons. I think something really similar is said in, Oh, no, so this is... Long ago, Godwin the Golden defeated the ancient dragon Fortisax and befriended his fallen foe, an event that gave rise to the ancient dragon cult in the capital. That could have been the end of the war. Maybe even. Well, actually, yeah, let's go check out that one place that seems to have a lot of connections to the Crucible, and is also covered in ash, which gives me the impression that it's like an older part of the city that was built. I mean, it looks like the Erd Tree, something has been burned here. There's already kind of like ashes built up in places all over. I think that something was burned here a long time ago. Something big. There's just a lot of ash. more. Cool. It's interesting that the Misbegotten and the Omen are so different, even though they both seem to have all these, like, strange Crucible connections. I mean, the Omens are never explicitly stated to be connected to the Crucible, but, like, they seem to have a lot in common with it. Do I have the Misbegotten Ashes or something? Something about them being considered punishment for coming in contact with the Crucible. Which also kind of implies that they didn't, you know, they were people or something, and then they became that. Not necessarily, like, all of them. You know, some of them could be children of other Misbegotten, but I feel like it implies at some point that, like, they or their ancestors were relatively normal, but then came into contact with the Crucible of Life and started growing things. They became like the Crucible. Maybe it was something like, if everything came from the Crucible, then coming into contact with it makes you kind of like the Crucible again. Kind of like blurs the difference between you and the Crucible. Blurs the line, I mean. I don't even have 4th Talisman equipped. Gosh, I feel silly. There we go. I was so excited about that too. Yes. Okay, I got a sliver of horse meat. I smell scarab. Oh, I think this one explodes. This one's kind of a dick, though. What? Oh. Nope, just gets big. Which is also weird. Like, what the hell is that supposed to... What is it even supposed to mean? Kind of reminds me of the Silver Tears that die and then come rune bears, generally speaking. I don't know if they become, well, I guess one time, I mean, they become something stronger and larger. I also have to wonder if that is trying to say something about the giants, because I mean, I think that something made them big. I think they're big for a reason, rather. Could have something to do with the Fell God. Maybe. Although, like, I don't know if all giants were fire giants, so, you know, not necessarily saying they're all connected to the Fell God, but, also, if there's, like, a... Where's the... Oh, there it is. Damn. That's annoying. Okay. Grab this real quick. But I have wondered, because, you know, the fire giants are red, and because they seem to have all this sort of strange... They seem to have a lot of connections to Rebirth. Because of, like, this whole way that they seem to use fire... Like, the fire giant burned his leg as an offering, and then the fell god gave him strength. The eye on his face, or the eye on his chest, opened. So it's possible that that was sort of, you know, a demonstration of how it used to work. They would burn something, and then they would get power from that. Cool. Blade of Calling. I also just love this room because it feels so private. Kind of sucks. It would kind of suck to work here though, because it's like, all right, gotta just jump down. Gotta go to the bathroom. Take a quick, like 2-story fall. Hope you don't have to go too bad. But yeah, it seems like, so they had this sort of rebirth through fire, where it's like burn something to gain something. Burn this life energy to gain life energy. I don't know. I'd love to know how Radon got that big. You know, maybe it is just because maybe he and Rykard are just like large because they are of giant heritage or whatever, but I don't know, if Rykard, or if Radon did something to make himself larger, that could help answer a lot of questions. Oops. I'd also like to note, these guys are using Power of the Rune of Death. Like, their attacks are inflicting the actual, real... Damn, okay, I should not have done that. So they're using Black Flame and Bestial Incantations, which is a choice. Very strange. They're not using the God Skins Black Flame. They are using, like, the kind of Black Flame that the Black Knives and other such items that are actually, like, imbued with death, like, they could kill gods, technically, which is alarming. So they probably work for Malekith. I mean, maybe. But, I don't know, is Malekith just sending a bunch of, like, beast guys around with, like, the power of death? Because that doesn't really... doesn't sound like something he would do or want done. Like, his whole thing is kind of gathering all of death in one place. It seems, like, counterproductive to spread death all over, to give pieces of its power to a bunch of people and then, you know, tell them to go nuts with it. Let's take a quick aerial view of this thing, because this dude, because it is kind of interesting. I mean, Lindell's right there, and there's a giant here buried, like, up to his shoulders. Why was he so close to the Oops. Why was he so close to the capital already? And also, did they use earth magic-y stuff, like I mentioned in a previous stream? Did they use earth incantations, stone incantations, to, like, raise the earth here? And sort of hold and incapacitate these giants? Because it's like, it makes you... If you've ever thought, like, okay, how would you fight a giant? Fighting the fire giant is kind of like, okay, well, that, you know, that helps clear things up a little bit. But he was injured already. We were taking advantage of a previous injury. And oops, he is like a lot smaller than all these other giants around here. So I think that it makes a lot of sense for the Warriors of the Erd Tree to have potentially used sort of like stone beast incantations, whatever, to like raise the earth up around the giants, and then they just beat the crap out of their faces. Because like you'll notice all their skulls have just like dents and like marks all over them, as if like somebody just beat the ever-living daylights out of specifically their heads. And Malakath's up. Okay, Blackblade Kindred does make it seem more likely that it is Malakath. And I mean, I guess, okay, it's not like they're just out wandering around. They're specifically here in this forbidden area. There are a lot of, oops. There are a lot of those, whatever they're called, that don't have the power of death, so I'll call them deplorable or whatever, but I know it's not what they're called. The short guys. Yikes. Just yelled so loud I died. What's that crouch? Oh. They're here to make sure that no one, not even a demigod, reaches the forge. I mean, I would say if these weren't here, Rykard probably would have been able to... I mean, there would have been little reason for Rykard to wait. Or, you know, to come up here and light the forge and burn the Erd Tree, basically, is what I'm saying. If he was doing anything, I imagine it was getting strong enough to... Well, I guess maybe he just wanted to consume everything at a certain point, but, like... You know, the idea that this thing up here could kill him, I imagine, is a factor, at least. Whoops, not what I wanted to do. Alright. Let's see if I can get some good hits in here. Nope. Is that Black Flame Tornado? I'm just realizing. Well, they also, like, use a lot of lost skills and stuff, actually, if I remember correctly, because they like, seem to gain... It's possible that they gain knowledge through the wax, the corpse wax. It says that they're like patchwork champions or whatever, so, you know, maybe the pieces of the champions in them. You know, if we can gain skills from ashes, I imagine that they could gain skills from body parts. Which I guess kind of says a bit about Godric as well, and grafting. So what do those items say? Bronze twin blade, mended with black and corpse wax. Such is the mark of those who serve Malekith, the black blade. Is that really just it? It's fine, but it's just... Those weapons have made me, like, consider that corpse wax is possibly the result of, like, it is a fire-related process, the creation of corpse wax, and that black flame creates black corpse wax, possibly. It might just be a style... I guess it could be a stylistic thing, like, straight up, maybe they just add black dye to the wax or something, but, like,
I can read them.
I don't know, feels
Your fingers.
like a thing, maybe.
Please, your fingers.
Sure, lady.
Ahead lies the land of the giant's flame, and the way forth is forbidden. Hear me. The burning of the Earth Tree is the first cardinal sin. Doing so will unbind destined death and slay the world itself.
Slate itself.
Who would dare put you up to such a task? Most certainly not the fingers.
Right, well, let me up. I have the secret handshake. These guys have a mark or a symbol right here. It's like a thing on their foreheads. It's like part of the hat, I guess, probably. Pretty much the exact same shape is on the headbands of the fire monks in like the exact same place. So it's super duper likely, if not possible, that these guys were like flame sorcerers or like ancient thorn sorcerers or something. You know, their staffs kind of look like the thorn sorceresses that we have now, but you know, they've got the headbands. And if we're being honest, the thorn sorcerer ladies use fire in their stuff as well a bit, so it's not like irrelevant either way. Which I guess is a great point. There's some weird connection, it seems like, between thorns and fire. Like the thorn sorcerers, their sorcery is it's made stronger by glintstone made with the blood of sacrifices, which is also super in line with what I was just saying about the Fell God. So very possible that there's something. It's also one of the only sorceries that uses faith. It actually uses faith exclusively. That's right. So it's very, very possible that that all the thorn sorceries are basically coming from the Fell God or something. Or like powered by him or related to him somehow. Let's do some more endurance. So I still want to get to a light build. No. I can sort of tell how far away I am by seeing, like, if I equip these, do I get to a light load? The answer is no, so I'm far away.
Finally, we meet the Tarnished. who would be lord.
That's me.
Oh my. Why the long face?
Eh?
I fear that you were previously
Why the no face?
acquainted with this vessel. Well, that is most unfortunate. For he is dead. As for his flesh,
Forgot to do some of the
he gave it to me.
Eleonora stuff.
Shabriri, I hope you can make your peace with that.
He gave it to me. So yeah, I think that he made some deal with Shabriri that was like, you give me something, power probably, and when I die, you get my body.
You were about to
Or
sacrifice something
from the way he
precious,
was talking,
the
even
life
it kind
a
of
fair
sounded
maiden,
like it's more like
that you would
you
toss
give me
into the fiery
something,
forge, only
and
so that
you can
may
have
be
my
Lord.
body
What a horrible thing
in
to ponder. Your ascendancy.
X number of days,
Requires our
number
sacrifice.
of months. Because there were a couple
Whether
times
she
where he said that
wishes
his
or not,
time was running
But
out,
how would the Lord
and
crown so
seemed to imply that it's because he was
be
like
looked upon?
in pain or something was happening to him. He was talking about feeling writhing.
Chosen tarnished and would be Lord,
I think.
dare to tread the spare. The poor girl, if you are prepared and attain lordship through, then heed the words of
I, Shabriri, definitely not the Shabriri most reviled throughout history. The man most reviled throughout history and infamous, for that very fact. Something kind of interesting about this place. So these are the Zamor ruins. Zamor, obviously. There are a lot of hawk spirits here, like a ton. Like obviously there's spirits all over these mountains or whatever, but these guys also have wind abilities. They are like the only faction that uses wind abilities that isn't like the the uh the Stormvale Knights and stuff, or the Banished Knights. And even then, some of there are some weird similarities between the Banished Knights and Zamor, like the fact that they're both from up north, and the fact that like the Banished Knights seem to have some kind of connection to like the Ice Dragons because they oh yeah, also Hoarfrost Stomp. I thought I was healing. Hoarfrost Stomp, the skill that comes from this axe that the Banished Knights made from a piece of Ice Dragon scale. Pretty much the exact same move that he is using there, except he doesn't stomp, he blows into his hand. Same exact effect though. Cone of ice, cold spikes come up in front of him. Yeah, there we go, right there. They also have the same kind of hair as the Banished Knights, which isn't, like, irrelevant because they all have that weird, long, like, white flowing hair. All of them do. Which is also really, it's very similar to the Beastmen. Like, are these... I don't know. I don't know what the hell they are. Like, are they proto demi-human, or like, you know, just post demi-human? Some of the early humans or something? Like, I don't know. I think that the Zamor have something to do with the Ice Dragons, and that's why they are mortal enemies of the Fire Giants. Because there's something that says that the Fire Giants kicked the Ice Dragons off the mountain a long time ago, or off the peak a long time ago. So, I mean, you can understand they would still be a little upset about that. Damn. especially because the peak seems to be kind of like an important thing. Like it's not just, oh, it's a really cool tall place, but like it's if the fire giants felt the need to like kick the ice dragons off and build their thing there, I have to imagine that the place is significant in some way, like it's like a seat of power or something. I'm beginning to think that like seats of power or something like that are maybe like an important concept in Elden Ring. Like it's not enough to just have strength, you have to have some kind of symbol of that strength that is physical and present in the world. Like the Erd Tree or a castle maybe, or a peak. Still just a theory that I'm working on, but it's made me wonder if maybe that's why Kenneth Haight was not worthy to be a lord, and didn't realize that he wasn't worthy to be a lord until we got his castle back for him and he saw that it was in disrepair. Like his having a destroyed seat of power, a destroyed castle, could have been enough to make him unworthy. And since he didn't have rights to Stormvale was kind of destroyed too, though. So don't know what the hell that's about. I guess Stormvale is a lot bigger, though. Alright, let's take out some of these Thorn Sorcerer ladies. Sorceresses. For real? Okay. Wow. 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 4 brain cells. Even the game was like, you died? Like, it took forever. Alright. This is one of the catacombs, and I think that there's Deathroot in here, too. Yeah. Just him? Okay. Oh, I need to make more of those. Oh. Cool. Let's try this out. Get the weird bubbles. It's interesting. It's almost like they're asleep. Like, isn't that... It's not unlike they're asleep. Energy crackling all over them. Alright, now let's test it out with, more. Whoops. Wow, that was strategery. I'm not even mad. That one was kind of impressive. Whoops. Alright. Please run faster. Alright. Now let's finally test this out. Okay. I thought there was a third one. Maybe that was the one that was chasing me before? Okay. There we go. Or not. Well, at least I saw him attack something else. It's fine. It's just, the bubbles are very interesting. Maybe I should just go for the one. There. It's kind of fun to fight them that way anyway. So usually, so sleep and frenzy are sort of like opposite statuses that affect the mind. Where like frenzy is, I kind of see it as like maximum emotion, maximum emotional sensitivity, and sleep as being dulled sensitivity, dulled emotional sensitivity, dulled sensation. So yeah, I guess frenzy could be like amplified sensation. So the fact that it produces bubbles, sort of like the calm, sleepy state, you know, the calm sleep status, but it like frenzies them. Odd. I mean, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean anything. I guess it's just sort of weird that the bubbles are weird. Whoa. Alright. And we're done. Another one in here. Maybe it's up on the second floor? This is also one of the most confusing dungeons in the game. That was a close one. I didn't think that would work, but it's fun to try. Whoops. Alright. Don't like this. I just know that if I walk in that room, I'm gonna get slammed by some giant living jar that's just like right out of the corner of my eye or something. Okay. But I'm suspicious. No. Great, I don't want to lose all this health from being poisoned. Gross. I wonder if these things are kind of like crucibles of life. Like mini crucible of life examples or something. And they look like hearts, so... I genuinely don't know what the hell. I mean, they look more like organs than living organisms. Oh god. Cool. Give me that shard. What? What? Okay, didn't realize I triggered a trap. I activated the dungeon's trap guard. Alright, so... it doesn't look like it. But I am now in a completely different section of dungeon. The floors are, like, interleaved, if that makes sense. There's, like... The floors you just saw me go through are, like, floors 1, 3, and 5. When you get to floor 5, you drop down to, like, floor 4, basically. But it looks just like floor 2, or looks just like floor 3. So you're confused. You try to go backwards. Try to go back to the beginning of the dungeon, because you don't understand this puzzle, and you can't, because you're on a different floor that looks like the other floor. Whoops. Cool. Ouch. I don't like these guys. Oh, thank God. So these things were made by the same civilization, or the same people. Oh God, that's it. Were made by the same people that made the giant, the golems that shoot arrows. The giant golems that shoot arrows. Guardian golems, I think, is what they're called. Whoops. Huge mistake. Series of huge mistakes. Cool. The interesting thing about all of these golems, and I guess it's not super interesting since that's kind of what a golem is, but they're all made of stone. And they all seem to be, I was talking about how the crystal dart affects their mind. They don't seem to have, like, they are specifically serving a purpose. To compare them to the Crystallians, which are kind of also an inorganic living thing. The Crystallians, they are safeguarding crystals for personal reasons. They want to, they want their maker to come back and carve new more brethren for them. But that's not, it's not, it's something they want to do. Whereas all these golems seem to kind of just be inactive until they are needed. And then they serve a specific purpose. Like, they're more like robots programmed to perform specific tasks. They don't necessarily have their own goals and agendas. So I guess best guess is that the crystal dart messes with that. Like the way that they're... Because if the crystal dart was kind of used to create them, then it's likely that the crystal dart has some way of, like, maybe the crystal dart was used to... Maybe they have minds made of woodstone that have some kind of, like, quote-unquote magic programming. And in the same way that sort of throwing electrified darts at a robot would maybe make it, like, short-circuit and malfunction and do weird stuff, like, maybe that's kind of what the crystal dart does. Christ almighty. Why are all these things here? And these are catacombs. Why make these catacombs so confusing? Like, are they trying to hide something? I don't remember what's at the end here. Right. Forgot about that. So see that? Right beneath me is like floor 3 or something. And I just dropped down from floor 4, which looks pretty much exactly like this. So yeah, first you have to put together that they are completely different sets of floors. Then you have to figure out why the hell you can't find the lever on any of the 6 floors. And then you have to realize that you have to sort of reevaluate every floor that you've gone through, because the first time that you went through there, you were assuming that half the floors were the same floors you'd already gone through. It's a genius. It's a genius dungeon. I love it. But also, like, god damn, fuck this dungeon. So now I go down to floor 4? Because I didn't finish up here. I'm going to go up to floor 6. Jesus Christ. Didn't know they just immediately explode like that. Cool. Grave glove wart. Cool, cool. Get up to the tippy top of floor 6. Or whatever, I don't know. I give up trying to actually label the floors. Because you could argue there's maybe 8 or something. What the hell was that? Did it just get frostbitten? What the... why? Okay. So now I'm dropping back down to floor 4, or whatever. Yeah. That's where I just went. So I want to go back up through to the fake boss. There will be a room that looks like the boss room. It is open whether you've pulled the lever here or not. But inside is there's an omen at the end of the room. But there's also an omen waiting in the back right corner. Like if you turn right as soon as you walk in, there's an omen waiting for you, and he will gank you if you're not like, if you just go straight for the omen in front of you. He's very much there to punish people that do that. Oh great, this guy. Whoops. Okay. Oh god. Damn. Okay. I live. No. Fortunately, not. Oh. Oh, I should be dead. Oh, guess he fixed that for me. Do I get to keep those runes, or... Still there? Okay. So let's go find those, because there's actually kind of a lot. So annoying. Okay. This time I'm gonna make sure that I use the... God. I'm gonna use the potion much closer to him. But if/when he destroys me, don't lose all my runes. He might fall down on top of me, but I think I'm fine now, because I think if he falls from this height, he dies. I'm just gonna reset that on the off chance that, yeah, perfect. Oh, not perfect. Not perfect at all. let's get through this room. Take a little shortcut so we don't have to deal with Big Jar. Jarhead Man. And Head Jar. Okay. I can't believe this is working so far, but we be running. That way. No, please leave. Please leave. Oh, thank God. It was a little terrifying. Not necessarily because that thing is scary, but just because I feel like it's more like the anticipation. Just being caught by a thing. Okay. Now there's no way that this fight will take long enough for this potion to wear off for me to lose my runes. Damn. Yes. Okay. Doesn't matter this time though. We're good. We get to keep our shit. Let's do a little bit more health. And we only need like 2,000 more runes. Get a second level up. Talk to Melina.
There is something I'd like to say. My purpose was given to me by my mother, but now I act of my own volition. I have set my heart upon the world that I would have, regardless of my mother's designs. I won't allow anyone to speak ill of that, not even you. Shall I turn?
There's always the possibility that her mother's designs were for her to like come up with her own world, but whatever.
The principles
or for her to make her feel like she's coming up with it anyway. I don't know. Like, her plan all along could have been, like, have Melina come find me. When Melina finally finds me, I basically give her the idea to go do this thing, but make her think it's her idea. Like, it's super possible. Especially since we really just have no idea, like, what went on between them. Oh, did I pass the boss room? I think I did. Maybe this is. Oh, yeah, that is. Alright. Let's fight the boss first, the real boss. Are you cooking something? It smells good. What's up, Sylvan Hikari? You know what would make a swell weapon? I wonder if a sword with glintstones in its hilt would be great. fucking anchor. Yeah, well, it's an important anchor, because it's from a boat that didn't go anywhere, so... Bet you feel dumb now. Boat could have gone somewhere, though. But it didn't, and that's why it's... That is why it's important. Kill it, or... Okay, good. Because I kind of wanted to just, like, take a second to actually, like... Ooh, almost killed me. That's... Yikes. Okay. Oh, God. Okay. So let's take a second to actually look at this thing. Make it not all be for nothing. Okay, so fingers. Let's count the fingers. 1, 2, 3. 3 fingers. Kind of like claws too. But it has multiple arms. Technically, I mean, like, you count these as sort of like arms. Does it have 3 sets of arms? Like a bug, or? And then it has these sort of weird horns growing on its back that look so much like what's growing on the back of the ancestral spirits, and also the ancient dragons kind of have stuff that looks a lot like this. The ancestral spirits actually look a lot like this. So, kind of makes me wonder how, you know, I mean, I have the ancestral spirits also have like leaves growing at the ends of their horns, so there is a real possibility that there's some kind of connection between. There's an ulcerated tree spirit like underground in the Lake of Rot, so I guess that's not necessarily proof of anything, but like weird spooky sailor facts, like the Black Plague came to Norway in 1349 in a ship that was floating by with all of its crew dead. Holy shit! A weapon made part of that ship in a proper setting would be hella cool. Yeah, that sounds awesome. Like, God, yeah, like just like a weapon that spreads like the Black Death. Let's take a look at the anchor though real quick, just so I can refresh myself on the lore. Rusty anchor wielded as a weapon. Each of its 4 flukes is thick and sharp, enabling piercing attacks. Oh, this does piercing damage? No wonder. Piercing damage is awesome. When the Tarnished left the lands between with their lord, 1 boat alone was said to have been left behind. And one little cool thing about this anchor that not everyone knows because it's kind of hard to see is that the hilt of the weapon, pommel, I guess, is this sort of bearded man with this sort of ring in his mouth for the chain to attach to. So that's kind of cool. There's also these fleur-de-lis kind of things here, which are interesting because fleur-de-lis are not super common in this game. There are some underground, interestingly enough, in like the old, some of the old ruins. I never noticed. I forgot that he wields like a thorn whip as well. So there's definitely some kind of connection between the Fell God and thorns, which says something about the fact that there are thorns. There are thorns that are called the husk of the Erd Tree, of the Erd Tree's being, Oh, also, this... First, I have to make sure I don't get destroyed by that dude. He's about to snipe me. This symbol here is the same thing that is on the fire giant's, like, shield, plate, whatever. This is the exact same pattern that is on the outside of his shield. The inside is a different pattern. Alright. Hopefully I can avoid these SUV-sized missiles. I tried. Let's give him a raisin or two. Recover from that. Alright. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, that was... wow. So I guess I'm not sure. Really depends on why the Guardian was there. But, like... I don't think that Guardian was put there by the Erd Tree. By champions of the Erd Tree to protect this place. I think it was built by the same civilization that built all this stuff. These ruins that can be found all over the place in the lands between. They are here. They are at the place we fight Radon. They are at the ruin-strewn precipice. These ruins are everywhere. They're even in the place that we start, like right by the place that we start. Not the Chapel of Anticipation, but the Hero's Grave that we start in. Also, a similar pattern to that. Fell God's Eye would make if there were multiple eyes, or is it not? Actually, maybe. So the Fell God's Eye also does have like one pupil surrounded by like 8 pupils, so that is 6. So I'm not sure. I don't think it's the Fell God. There's also, weirdly enough, I think it's possible that the plate was given to them. I don't remember why I think this. There's a reason that I think this, but the thing that the fire giant was given, I think, was given to him by the Golden Order. So, I don't know if it's necessarily supposed to be something that, well, I don't know if that's true, though. That doesn't sound right. I'm gonna have to remember why I thought that before I really, like, commit to that. Oh, I think that was actually one of the reasons I thought that the Golden Order gave him, or that the Erd Tree, the champions of the Erd Tree gave him that shield. They made that pathway. The giants did not make that weird little pathway made of blocks, but they carved the exact same pattern into that. So either the giants made the shield and this like weird teeny tiny little bridge, which doesn't really make sense to me, or the champions of the Erd Tree made both. But I don't think that I don't think the weapon being used by their enemies would be, I don't think they'd be carving its visage into like their bridges and stuff. And I mean, there's even an item. Let's see, what does it say? The map up here. They carved winding paths into the cliff walls right up to the summit, leading to the untrodden, snow-laden region beyond. So, I mean, that's probably that one of those paths that they carved. And that makes me think that they gave him that shield, maybe, or the plate, whatever, potentially as some like a tool to help him
I know well enough who you are.
tend to the like
And what I
flame,
know
the
is
giant's
good enough
flame,
for
as he
me.
was charged
Call
with,
upon
the
me
duty he
again.
was charged with.
In battle.
Oh wait, I think she had something else to say about Melania and stuff. Go check her out real quick.
I'm searching for a fort to the north of the ruins. I heard the master of the fort was given a medallion that allowed him to visit the Halig tree. Indeed, I believe that is where Melania will be found. The Halig tree is hidden somewhere in these northern lands.
So, I'm gonna commit more to the whole thing I was talking about before, where I think that body parts can contain memories. Because I am starting to think, or I think that body parts can contain parts of people. Anyway, I think that that when we gave Millicent that prosthetic, I mean, it said that, like, even, it said that, what's his name, Malay Marai, he could feel the presence of Melania when he embraced the prosthetic. Like, he could literally feel Melania inside this thing that we gave her. And she already has, like, a blood connection to her, so I think it's really possible that she gained more than just, she gained more than we think from that prosthetic. Yes, okay, we're getting close. Almost. Getting closer to a light load. Actually, yeah, let's just gonna quit that. So now we're at a light load. Yay, we can run fast. We can spin fast. Is the shield not supposed to represent the cover of a crucible? The forge that the giant guards isn't really an actual forge, it's downright a blacksmith crucible. Well, the shield that he has is, like, not large enough to actually cover the forge or crucible or whatever, but I agree that
where the other medallion is housed.
I agree that
Will grant passage to the land of the Halig tree.
I agree that there's possibly a connection between the fact that a crucible is an actual thing that you smelt metals in, because there seems to be, like, this whole, primordial gold, we already know. It's red gold that's said to be close in nature to life itself. I absolutely think that the Crucible of Life could have been a bunch of melted life metal that the giants used to create new kinds of life. Maybe not exactly like that, but something like that. But yeah, when we find him, though, actually, he is holding the plate above his head like this. Like, if you, the first time you ever encounter him, before you fight him, if you just kind of stand back a little bit before, you start the fight, he's huddled down, he's crouched over, and he's holding the plate above his head. Maybe it's to catch some ashes from the fire. I don't know. But it seems to be some kind of, maybe a ceremonial, maybe it's like an offering bowl that they used to burn stuff in. I don't know. Let's see if we can... I thought... Where's this fight? There it is. Interestingly enough, these bats also appear to be in really close proximity to these ruins. These bats and those golems seem to kind of be in the vicinity of these ruins very often, which makes me think that the bats, or the things that became the bats, the things that were twisted into bats, could have been, like, those maidens. They could have been, like, the flying maidens that are crying about, being tricked. disformed or something. What, goddess, why are you so mad? They could have been members of that race, of that civilization that became malformed after something happened to them. Maybe they were punished. Nope. Oh god. Alright. Yikes. Holy crap. Just gonna keep Unga-ing until I can't Bunga no more. I've been out Bunga'd. I tried to out Pizza the Hut, and that's, can't be done. Whipping time for real. I got whooped by his whips. Okay, well, it is 7:58. I am starving, and it smells delicious in here. So, I think that I'm gonna wrap up just a couple minutes early. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope I see you guys next time. Bye-bye.